guys, Arwen here. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about forgiveness rocks, about ex-boyfriends, about cord cutting, about soul retrieval. I just wanted to have story time. So last night my friend and I were having tea, of course, as you do when it's cold and snowy outside. And we were talking about her ex, and she was like, I need to do something with this. Like, I can't keep letting this go on and on and on. And like, as she was talking, it just dawned on me. I was like, you need soul retrieval. So soul retrieval is a shamanic term, and that's where I used to call this personality fragmentation, and you may hear me call it that sometimes too. So in shamanic terms, parts of your energy field, they call it parts of your soul, can break off and go with another person. And you can almost swap parts of your in shamanic terms they call it your soul. You can swap parts of your soul. I have not really been using these terms until recently because I feel like it freaks people out a little bit about, oh my goodness, I'm gonna lose my soul. But really, you can always get it back. It's not that hard energetically. You just bring it back. And before I'd ever read any shamanic books, I was calling it personality fragmentation, where part of your personality kind of fragments, in these pieces if you can end up in other places. And I noticed that because when I would do energy work, I would see that. I would see pieces of me or pieces of my client be with another person or be stuck in a place, and they needed to be reunited, and I would just reunite them. I never thought anything about it until I started reading shamanic books, and I was like, oh, this is a thing. This is called soul retrieval. I had no idea because I had just been naturally doing it. If it came up in session, I was like, oh, okay, well, that piece of you when you were 4 doesn't belong there. It belongs in you, and then I bring it back in, etc. So we were talking last night, and I was like, girl, you need some soul retrieval. That's clearly the problem here. And I said, just off the top of your head, how many pieces of yours does he have? And she went, 3. And I was like, exactly, 3. And we were talking, and I was like, I feel like you guys need some sort of ceremony. She's like, yeah. She said, we never were actually deep friends, and, I want that, and I think that we should do that. We always had this boyfriend, girlfriend, toxic relationship thing happening. I'm not going to go into detail because it's not appropriate in this video. But anyway, I was like, are you ready to call him? And she's like, yeah, I think that that's a good thing. And I was like, good. You tell him that, Arwen wants to have a ceremony. She thinks it'd be a great idea. And she's like, okay, I will. So, and as I was talking to her, it just dawned on me in the moment. I was like, oh, we need to do a sort of soul retrieval ceremony. And I just saw in my mind, the rocks. I was like, you need rocks representing your soul pieces. He needs rocks representing his soul pieces. So, we have lots of ceremonies in our society. We have marriage ceremonies, etc. And I was like, but really, you need it's a soul exchange ceremony and a peace ceremony going forward. I don't even know what to call it, but hopefully we'll do that in the next couple of weeks, because I felt then, they needed to release any and all blame, guilt, or whatever with each other, which obviously we'll do that part of the ceremony first. And then I thought, we need to have the exchanging of the rocks. The rocks are going to represent the soul pieces. So she said 3, so that means that obviously she'll go pick 3 rocks, and then he'll hold the 3 rocks, and then she'll hold his rocks, and then they'll exchange the rocks. So, and that'll represent exchanging the soul pieces back. And then, after that, I feel there needs to be some sort of truce, some sort of peace offering. I almost saw hand fasting, but really it needs to be a friendship, a reuniting of friendship thing. I haven't really fleshed it out in my head, but the ceremony kind of started to download in my head about how to do this and what to do. And I just want to tell you guys this morning, I just felt like it. So yeah, we're going to do that. I'm excited to do that. I really like doing ceremonies. I've done a lot of them lately with all sorts of different things. So in our society, most of our ceremonies have turned into public holidays, some of them, you know what I mean, Christmas and Halloween, and they've just turned into things that they just didn't used to be, you know what I mean? It was supposed to be a time for sacred ceremony, and now it's this holiday shopping extravaganza. It just is what it is. But that doesn't mean that we can't still honor the sacredness of ceremony and use ceremony as it's needed. And I really feel divorce ceremony should be a thing. I feel that's missing in our society, because a lot of times, we have this whole elaborate ceremony to get married, but we don't have an elaborate ceremony to be detached from that person. which I guess that would be conscious uncoupling, but I've never really read too much about that. I'm just kind of aware of it because I'm aware of Gwyneth Paltrow and I'm aware of conscious uncoupling and all of that. But I do think that should be more of a thing in our ceremony, divorce ceremonies. I think that'd be so much fun. I would love to hold divorce ceremonies and marriage ceremonies, of course. And I did do an intermarriage ceremony with myself, with my inner male and female, after I had done my cord cutting ceremony with my ex-boyfriend. And so, yeah, that's a thing. But the cord cutting ceremony with my ex-boyfriend was really powerful. So what I did with my ex-boyfriend ceremony is, you guys, this is so good. I just want to have girl talk this morning. So what I did with my ex-boyfriend ceremony, and guys, yes, of course you can participate too. Not everybody that follows me is a girl. So, what was I saying? Oh, yes, my ex-boyfriend cord cutting ceremony, you know, what I did for that was I realized I was like, I've got to move on. Like, I have to move on. Like, I can't keep, like, staying in this, like, loop of, like, being attached to my ex-boyfriend, because that doesn't work. I'm not a vibrational match to a new guy if I'm still stuck on the old one. So what I did is I designed a ceremony. It just downloaded in my head. I was like, okay, I know what I'm going to do. So I got some rocks. I got 3 rocks. I got a rock to represent forgiveness, a rock to represent the relationship, and then a rock to represent his role, right? Because you can let go of someone and they can still, like, be your friend. You know what I mean? But I wanted to let go of him being in the role of being my boyfriend, my lover, etc. You know, in that romantic capacity. So I did the ceremony. I went through all of the emotions that, you know, you need to go through in order to let someone, meaning the fear and any guilt and any hurt and any regret. Like, all those things need to be processed. They need to be let go of the body. So I did my cord cutting ceremony with all of that. And I did a whole workshop on this. And you guys, I've got the whole workshop done. And it's already, like, edited and cut and on the website. You can't see it, obviously, because it's, like, going to be on a paid product. But I don't have the sales page, so, but maybe when I figure out the sales page situation and put the link in, I'll put it in. I just have to figure out the tech to link. I've done this before and I forgot how to do it, and I left myself instructions, but I just have to sit down and do that, and I just don't like doing stuff like that. Anyway, point of my story being, the ex-boyfriend workshop. So, you know, I went through and I did all the cord cutting for all those things, and then I had my rocks, and then, you know, I said thank you to the rocks, and I got in gratitude for the relationship, which I was only able to do because I let go of the fear and the guilt and the anger and the hurt. There was a lot of hurt and on that one, right? Like, I let go of all those things. And then I, you know, was clear, and then I was able to be like, thank you to the relationship, feel gratitude. And then I thanked all my rocks for, like, participating in the ceremony with me. And then I took them and I buried them in the kind of like nature preserve / park thing that's around the corner from my house. And I actually checked on my rocks not too long ago. They're still there. I left them in between 3 trees, and they're still just hanging out. They're very happy. I was like, okay. So, you know, and this was a while ago. I think I did this back in, like, April. So, yeah, I released those rocks. And when I did that, like, I felt so much better. I can't even tell you. It was like, oh, you want to talk about being cleansed. It was just amazing. I felt fabulous. And I would say that deleted 85% of my emotional issues and turmoil and everything, like, overnight. It's just done. And I actually got into the vibration of being super open. And a man asked for my phone number last week. He's British. And then, one of my ex-lovers came, and we just spent the night together because he was in town at the bar, not alone. I didn't do anything with him. But we had a grand old time. It was just really nice to see him because, like, I miss him. Like, he's one of my good friends, you know what I mean? So that was fun. So I was, like, kind of in boyfriend vibes with him, just a little bit. You know what I mean? Because we always had that affection for each other. And then I also went on a date, like, I think 2 weeks ago now. So that was super fun. And it's nice because, like, my energy is, like, all open now. And, yeah, it feels good. Now, I do need to do a little bit more work with my ex-boyfriend because I can still feel there's some, like, unresolved emotions in there. It was a very, very deep relationship that I had with him. Very deep. Like, I thought that he would be my husband. And I still feel that way, like, you know, now. But I've decided that I'll probably always feel that way because he was one of the divine choices for that. And I just have to walk away, let it go, and bring in my second husband now, which I'm going to call him my second husband because he really still feels like that, the guy I'm referring to, like he should have been my husband, but it is what it is. Things have not gone that direction. So it's been really, 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 like on a scale of 1 to 10, it's been an 11 hard. Letting go of him, letting go of the relationship, and just letting that be what it is. So yeah, I needed some ceremony to help me move past where I was into like get into the new and like move freaking forward, right? Because you know, you can't just sit in the past like that. It doesn't work. So yeah. Yeah, and when I was talking to my friend last night, we were talking about, like, it just occurred to me, I was like, oh, I need to do some soul retrieval with my ex here, because I kept knowing I needed to do, like, another ceremony regarding the relationship with him, but I didn't know what it was, and now I do. Like, it just downloaded, like, oh, yes, I need to get some rocks. I don't think he's not going to come and participate in his ceremony with me, but, I want, I'll just do it for him. I think I'll just hold the ceremony myself. I will do it for him. I will return any pieces of him I have, which I feel like I have 2 pieces. I will return those, and then I will retrieve the pieces that he has of mine. And yeah, I think that is definitely the next ceremony that I'm going to do. But I wouldn't really have been able and open to do that ceremony unless I had already done the cord cutting ceremony. So, yeah. But when I do get that up on the website, I will I will link it. It's done. I guess you guys can message me. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I feel like, you know, ceremonies are so important. I feel like they're not used as much in our society, and they're like so good. They are so good. I have so many ceremonies I could talk about, and they all just like downloaded in my head. It's the best thing ever. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. Soul retrieval, ex-boyfriends, ceremonies, using ceremony to help you move forward, and all the good things. But anyways, alright guys, I'm gonna go to lunch because I'm super hungry. I can't just have 3 lattes and not eat because then I'll be bouncing off the walls. Alright y'all, I will talk to you later. Bye!